We are live. It is week 2, game number 12 of the 2021 NFL season. It is featuring the Washington football team going up against the Arizona Cardinals. We are in Arizona. What is going? It's the afternoon.
We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team. Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Washington football team. Brandon Gardner, Charles Davis, and Charles, we've got two teams here that finished at the bottom of the standings last year. But remember this, 15 of the last 16 seasons, we've seen at least one team go from the bottom of their division to the top in one season.
Last year we had two, Chicago and Houston. These two teams playing now, they think they can do the exact same thing this year and make it 16 out of 17 seasons.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Steven Sims now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we see Dwayne Haskins, the Ohio State Buckeye, in his second year in the National Football League, ready to lead this Washington offense.
And for Dwayne Haskins, a little bit of an uneven season for the former first-round pick. 7 starts as a rookie. Team went 2-5 in those games, but I did see him get better. I thought his last couple of starts were his best ones of the year. He's a guy with big potential, big arm, but remember, was just a one-year starter in college as well. Plenty of experience yet to be gained.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That's a really nice job, I think, picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, it's Gibson, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play, and it's third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down. Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the results of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Fights forward for only about a yard after the trailing one.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the gun, Murray steps away. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They got the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive game. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Good contained, up gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get up to the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Steven Sims set to return it for Washington. Fielded at the 20. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Washington set to get the football again here. And Charles, for Washington, you think back to all that optimism week 1. They beat Philadelphia, but that optimism, it has dissipated some. A loss to Arizona in week 2, followed by a 34-20 defeat to the Cleveland Browns in week 3. And the Washington offense turning the ball over 5 times in total in that game, including 3 Dwayne Haskins interceptions that all led to Browns touchdowns.
And I know that everyone is struggling as a fan of the Washington football team because that big win over Philadelphia, as you mentioned, pretty much is gone now, right? We can't really talk about it, and that was opening day. But Ron Rivera, the head coach, then put it into perspective for me. You talk about Dwayne Haskins, and people say, hey, maybe we should have a different quarterback. So how is he going to get better if we don't play him? This is a building year for this Washington team, whether people admit it or not. Let him go out there, play through some of the mistakes, try and get better and find out if you have your quarterback for the future. Chase Young, I think he's a defensive end for the future as well. Unfortunately, they lost him to a groin injury in this game. So their schedule coming up, 2 home games, but guess who they get? Baltimore and then the Rams. Nothing's going to be easy for this Washington team.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
We're hear so often how tackling has become almost a monster in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave me the underneath stuff. You got to go make the tackle right away.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Well, the Arizona Cardinals, they have fallen from the ranks of the unbeatens at 2-1 now, following a 3-point loss at home to Detroit in week 3. And Charles, Kyler Murray's been terrific in the early part of the year. He threw 2 more touchdown passes and ran for another, but He also reminded folks that he's still just a young second-year quarterback because he had 3 interceptions.
And it's interesting when you talk to people around the league, talk to people who observe the league, in preseason, a lot of people said, okay, this is a team to keep an eye out for in the NFC West. But you also had some people saying, hold on a second, pump the brakes. It's too big of a rise for this team. I think these 3 straight road games coming up will tell us everything we need to know about this squad. At Carolina, at the Jets, at Dallas. If somehow they win these 3 games, this Cardinals team is truly for real.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football out of the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract defense.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one. And while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Murray. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know coaches talk all the time to have a powerful arm is the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 70 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country or any speed limits out there. And off he went. But I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez home to kick it away. Here's Sims to return. And they will wrangle it down a couple of yards shy of the 30.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is their drive right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
26 yards on the play there, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. After 1, 7-0. On EA Sports.
Cardinals 7, Washington nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And a catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Open man here, Sims complete. He'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march up the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. On the handoff, this is Barber. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 6-yard touchdown run. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And his kick is good. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. Their own 29 yards.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He's brought down at the 34, call it a gain of 4. Well, Charles, let's step aside different topic here for a second. Unfortunately, the NFL lost a legend earlier in this first month of the 2020 season. Hall of Fame running back Gale Sayers passed away at 77, and Sayers, the youngest man ever inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, was just 34 years of age when he got that honor back in 1977.
And a big reason why? He had to retire early. He only played 7 years in the NFL. But what a run before injuries really cut his career short. In fact, he played the equivalent of 4 full seasons out of those 7 that he played because of injuries. But he was first-team All-Pro 5 times, led the league in rushing twice, and still holds the record for kickoff return average this many years after he retired. Commissioner Roger Goodell called him one of the finest men in NFL history. And I can tell you this, partner, one of the most exciting players we'll ever see.
Now on first down, Drake again. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around at 42.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run. But from both sides, they have to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down now, it's Drake. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the 40.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun on third down, Murray dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Andy Lee.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He was unable to shake free there, then covering for a loss of a yard.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage. They completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. From the gun, it's Haskins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Dontrell Inman, the intended target, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a give, right side. Gibson, and he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up?
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
first and 10. Here's Murray. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Well, CD, we are 3 weeks into the NFL season, so curious to get maybe your biggest surprise so far. Would it be the Bears at 3-0?
Yeah, I think it's a great candidate for that big surprise team. I think you're right about that part because, look, Green Bay, are we overly shocked? Seattle, overly shocked? No and no. Buffalo, I thought they'd be the AFC East front runners anyway. Pittsburgh, they got Big Ben back, and they got that great defense. But Chicago, so inconsistent on offense, especially through the first 3 games of the season. Nick Foles took over their big win in Atlanta, and he'll probably carry on the rest of the way.
Yes, 7 remaining unbeatens in the NFL after 3 weeks of the regular season. From the gun on third down, Murray. But he's got Fitzgerald. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on first down is Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they're all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Dustin.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll look to throw right away. Fitzgerald's got it right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
For the last few seasons, it's almost been sport for us in the media to say Larry Fitzgerald is going to call it quits and cap off what I believe is a Hall of Fame career. But now he's entered season number 17, second on the all-time receptions list, just 171 catches behind Jerry Rice. And maybe he's found new life as he continues to pile up the big numbers.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray rolling to his right. Yeah, he's going to keep it here. And a 42-yard line here and brought it down there. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm. And nowadays, we don't even talk about his height anymore. Shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, the dual threat at the quarterback position.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
There's someone who's running football with a big smile on his face. That's Kenyon Drake, because you remember last year he was in Miami. Wasn't getting many carries, not a lot of success, but in mid-season, ended up in Arizona and became a huge weapon for the Cardinals. 8 touchdowns the second half of the season, utilized really well. Big-time skilled player who can run it and catch it out of the backfield. He has finally found a home and a place for his talents.
The corner Ronald Darby comes up to get him.
You can give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're starting to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there on the right side of the flat of the swing backs.
And didn't we have the discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
He goes underneath the Drake. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Brandon, a lot of times you see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to it, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
So from the 36 down, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2, and here's 2nd and 8. Right back to Drake. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chase Young, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, it does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
It is good. The score, Cardinals 10, Washington 7.
Well, he didn't get a touchdown here in the opening drive in the third quarter, but I think maybe it's just a mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on. You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. First possession in the second half now for Washington. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Got a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He's tackled that
offensive lineman alone creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Haskins will throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh my goodness, was that a defensive back that got to the pressure?
Look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I don't know if I can hear my smile on that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with the new set of downs. The football going back over to Arizona now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He starts by handing this off to Drake. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Murray. Now he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. 3rd down.
And he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You got to lead. You got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there. A little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked up.
Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That is first catch so far. They've held another match, but he's got a first down there. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Murray now on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this one in for the touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 43 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
It's good to make it 17-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And lines up for the touchdown for Arizona. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Well, comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trailed by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he'll throw right away. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following a pick six, and now the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick six. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully with a chance to win.
There's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them to 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, get them a little momentum, and then capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Play action. Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards to pick up. First down, Washington.
This defense is something they had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there for the offense. They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
From midfield now, Haskins looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gain at that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
Third and
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave him excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Now Haskins to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Dontrell Inman there to make the grab. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Get the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Well, it's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have an onside kick. They didn't get it.
As we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, Drake. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Running, it's Drake. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Washington 14.
So they settle for just the three, but clearly right now anything counts trying to start this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, this is a touchdown probably would be the final nail to finish this thing off. And it's still 8 on time, got points. So what's that mission accomplished? It's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. So Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
That's exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, oh, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.
Well, there we have it. The Cardinals are winners against the Washington football team, 27-14. Round of stream. I'll be back with another live stream tomorrow, and then we're doing the week 5 and the 5 picks tomorrow too. So I'll vote for that. Please like and subscribe. Hit the like button. And then see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. And then